Today we will be assembling my 2025 chassis for the F300 Championship.
I recently refurbished this frame. It used to be a gloss black, but now it's this bright orange. On the top left, you can see how I restored the frame. This is how it turned out, and I'm really happy I went into this color. Here I've got all of the parts laid out. The smaller pieces on the right, and the larger pieces on the left. The steering system, fuel tank, seat, and bars. Here is the fully assembled axle and the braking system. So I'm going to be working on two sections of the kart, the front end and the back end. Let's start assembling the front end. So I'm actually putting new pedals onto the kart, which I don't have as yet. So I'm going to leave those out and move on. I think what's good to do now is the torsion bar, which goes here, and then fuel tank and steering system, and then we can work back from there. So the torsion bar is pretty simple. All you do is put these two mounts on the side, slot in the torsion bar, and then you slide the two mounts onto it and tighten it. Torsion bar fitted and tight. Looking good so far. Now we're going to move on to the steering system and the fuel tank. As you can see here, I have the camber and caster adjusters and the kingpin bolt which goes through the stub axle. So the stub axles are now fitted, and what's left to do is mounting the steering on, and yeah, that's should be it for the front end. Okay, so steering fitted onto the side pods. Now we can mount the seat, which is there. Okay, so it's the next day. The seat is fitted. Now, before I get to the rear bumper, I think I should do the axle and then the brakes, which shouldn't be too hard because I already have the axle fully assembled, and just bolt on from here. So now what I'm going to do is coat the whole thing in WD-40. That's going to help lubricate the bearings, and after not using it for a long time, it's good to do that to protect it from rust and all that. The axle is looking good. Now it's time to put it on the kart. Axle is now in place and it's looking good. I'm happy with how everything turned out. The black cassettes match the frame, and the bodywork is also black, so it's gonna look good. The one thing that I did is, so I have a belt driven kart instead of chain, because in the series I race in, the belt is faster than chain in acceleration and top end. It's just the better drive system to have. So in order to access these holes here to tighten the cassette, I have to take out the belt gear so I have space, and once that's done, then I'll put the belt gear back on and then the brakes. So something you should do when putting the cassette back on these bolts, put a little bit of Loctite. I use this one. It works well. You can also use other brands, anything works, because you don't want an accident to happen with your axle coming loose. Axle is tight and in place. Now it's time to mount the gear, which isn't too difficult. You just have to tap it onto the carrier and then screw it on with Loctite. So the axle is done. Now it's time for the brake system. So it started raining, so I'm working in the garage now. One thing I forgot is the disc protector. I need to put that on, so if the bottom touches, the disc won't touch on the ground. It's here. It's an old one. I don't really need a new one. This one will work for now. So yeah, I just need to put that there and then we can move on. Okay, so I fitted it. Now it's time to put the brakes on. So I'm gonna cable tie this brake line to the seat thing. I don't know what it's called, seat holder, seat stay, that. But I actually bought orange cable ties that match the color of the chassis, so it's gonna look nice. Cable tie done, and yeah, everything's looking good so far. I'm quite happy with it. The axle was a lot easier to put on than it was to take out, but now it's just the back bumper, and I actually don't have stickers. I have old stickers on the bumpers, the bodywork, but I'm getting new stickers for the season because the chassis is a different color now. So I think I'll just put the bodywork back on, but I'll change the stickers another time. Okay guys, so don't be silly like me. If you have a belt drive system, don't forget to put the belt when you're putting the axle back, because now I had to take out the cassettes again and put the belt, so I just wasted about an hour of doing pointless activities. So yeah, don't do that. Remember to put the belt. But most of the karting series have chain, so there shouldn't be a problem. But yeah, don't make that mistake. So I've got the bodywork here, and these are the old stickers. We're getting new ones for the season. So I can put the side pods in the bumpers, but this bib I can't, because this bib bracket broke last race, and I actually have another one, but it doesn't fit. And I tried to bend it and everything, but it's not coming out right. So I think I'll just wait and buy another one, which I'll have to put on later on. Bodywork is now on and it's looking good. The stickers are old, they'll get changed, but yeah, everything's looking good so far. I'm happy with it. Just the nose cone, well, it's on the bib, which we don't have fixed right now. Then the floor, the engine and pedals, that should be it. And then we're ready to go to the track. Wheels, I forgot about that. That's a pretty big component. Let's fit those quickly. For this front wheel nut, to get the correct tightness, you want to push the wheel as far in as it can go, and then you want to tighten it until you want to tighten and feel these, and as long as they can still turn, then it's fine. But you don't want it to be too tight where they can't turn, because that's going to damage your bearings. You can see here now it's too tight, so I'm going to back it out a little bit, and there, as you can see, it can turn and the wheel doesn't move out when I pull it. That's tight enough. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. The back is fine. You just tighten those three and make sure that this Allen key is tight. So fast forward a couple hours, I just put the bib on, and just to see, I put it on loosely just to see how everything looks, and I'm happy with it. But I'm not too sure whether these orange parts here on the sticker should be matching the orange on the frame. But I think it looks nice. This is all I'm doing for today. It's I did quite a lot of work. Everything's assembled. All that's left is the floor, which I have there, but the sticker's like messed up, so I'm gonna put a new sticker there so it looks as new as the cart. And after the floor, it's just the fuel line and the engine. So in the next video, I will show you how to connect the fueling system, put grip tape for the engine, and maybe we could start it up. Possibly in that video we could put new stickers. But yeah, that's it for this video. Hope you enjoyed it. I'm not gonna ask you to subscribe, like, whatever. I don't really care. Do whatever. But I hope you could learn something from this video, and I'll see you in the next one.